I am Caro Greenwood and I am a patron of Borne. So we got involved in the charity via Mark Johnson, who looked after us with all of our pregnancies. Sadly, we lost our first baby, Freddie, and Mark Johnson was unable to help at that stage because when I presented, things had already gone downhill. But when we went in with our second pregnancy, he was able to save our son Archie, who is now 14, and we went on to have another 2 children with Mark, Matilda and Rocco. So my husband Will is about to undertake the challenge of the Arctic with the Borne crew, which I actually think will be his biggest challenge to date of anything that he's done. We climbed Kilimanjaro for Borne in 2014, and obviously Will's done, he's very active, he's a strong guy, but I think this will be mentally extraordinarily tough. And I keep being asked about polar bears and stuff like that, but actually, you know, we have this sort of mantra, life mantra, control the controllables. You can control what you know about something. So you know the Arctic is going to be cold, so you go with the correct kit, the right layers, the people that know what they're doing. What you can't control is a sudden and ridiculous plummet in temperature, polar bears, so on and so forth, and the list goes on, and that worries me. Also, Will isn't brilliant with the cold, which is ridiculous as that sounds. So, but that just to give you the testament of what Borne means to us as a family and how dear we hold Mark Johnson. You know, when Mark puts in a phone call, the answer is always going to be yes. And in fact, whenever he calls, I'm like, oh, because I can never say no to Mark. You know, he's a good guy, and the charity is an incredible one. How do our children feel about the Arctic Challenge? Okay, so at 14, Archie does understand what's going on, but as a typical teenager, we're a little bit of a non-communicator, a bit too cool for school at the moment. So he's not, you know, if he is feeling anxious about it, he's certainly not telling us. But you know, he thinks Dad is pretty cool anyway. You know, they have a really lovely bond, and he's really into his sport. So he'll be more worried when, like any child, they deal with what happens to them on that day. So they don't really think futuristically. Matilda's completely clueless. She's not a clue what's going on. She's like, yeah, bye Daddy, Daddy's going to work. And Rocco's quite a sensitive soul, so he's doing a lot of research and looking into it more. But yeah, no, we'll miss him, but I think it will go very quickly. As regards to the actual fundraising of this project, obviously, like any charity, every single penny counts. You know, the money that goes into caring for a premature baby, the money that goes into researching not getting to the stage of a premature baby is extraordinary, and we need so much, you know, everything from test tubes to funding doctors, and every single cent really does count. So, you know, even if you've got 50p, if you've got £1, if you've got £20, we would be enormously grateful. We're enormously grateful for every penny. But yeah, the fundraising is a challenge, but something that's absolutely worth doing and very, very dear to us. So.